Hello there, lovely fellow travelers. Taking this love journey with me right here on Caravan of Love at City Star TV. My name is Nanaya and I am your host for the show. Welcome to episode 4. Now, episode 3 was dedicated to the gentlemen, and this one is for the ladies. So, on this episode, we are going to talk about how to get him to ask you out. So, to the ladies, you have this very particular gentleman that you have your eyes set on, and you hang out with him and you know him, and maybe you just talk to him and passing and all that. And you'll be wanting this guy to ask you out, but he just isn't doing it. Now, I'm about to tell you one or two things that you can do to draw his attention, to get him to actually make the damn move, make that move and ask you out. So, here are tips on how to get him to ask you out. Now, point number one is that you flirt with him. Now, listen, you flirt, but not too openly. Why am I saying this? Now, a gentleman loves it when a lady is being flirtatious, but you just don't go above that is seen as, forgive me for lack of a better word, you selling yourself out or being the H or W word or S word that I don't want to say. So I hope you get my point. So you don't overdo it. You do it in a very ladylike, casual way. So it's not excessive, it's not pushy. It's not how do I say it? Extreme. Like you're basically offering yourself on a silver platter. So maybe you compliment him, maybe you say it in a way that has him knowing that he has your attention or you've seen him. Maybe you say it or you do things, you touch his arm when you're talking, you can just touch his arm. Oh really? Like you're paying special attention. Or ladies, I know you love to bat your eyelashes and all that, but you try to flirt, but in a very classy way. Let me use that word, in a very classy way, and you don't do it so openly that it's very obvious to everybody that you're flirting. You're being directly flirty with him, but you do those things, in a way that he gets the message that you're being more than just nice. You're telling him that, oh, hey, I'm down for this if you are. And point number two, that brings me to point number two. You be dropping hints, you drop the hints that, I want to go out with you. But you don't openly say that I want to go out with you. Unless, I'm not saying that asking him out on your own it's bad, no. But if you're the kind of lady that you want the man to make the move, you drop the hint, like, oh, really, I'd love to go watch that movie with you sometime. So now you put it in the thoughts of his mind that you like to go out with him sometime. Okay, so I heard you went out to this place. I heard it's really lovely. Maybe we can go there together someday. You put the idea out there that yes, you're open to exploring those things with him, that if he actually asks you to go to that very particular location with him, you're willing to do so. You're willing to go watch his favorite game with him. You're willing to, I don't know, go clubbing or dancing or go to that nice restaurant to do the wine tasting thing with him. You just letting him have the idea that if he should make the move, you say yes. Because sometimes men, they think that, if I ask her out, is she going to turn me down? Maybe he doesn't get that vibe from you that you are down for it if he asks you out. So when you make those things, when you drop those hints, it makes him know that, oh, she said she doesn't mind going to watch that movie with me someday. So maybe then I can actually ask her to go watch that movie with me. She said she doesn't mind going to see the game with me. So maybe I can actually ask her out to go see that game with me. Now, note this point number 3 is once you drop in those hints, don't try too hard because desperation is not a good look. Point number 3, don't try too hard. Don't always be dropping hints. Oh, yeah, really? Oh, you do this? I'd love to do that with you. It gets to a time, it's almost like you love to do every single thing with him. And that is way too much. There is something like overdoing. You'll be overdoing it. And then you just be desperate. You look desperate. And desperation is not a good look on a woman. So whilst you're doing it, make sure like you're timing it out. At least just Say it once a while. Yeah, once a while. I can't put you on a schedule for this, but make sure just once in a while then you mention it casually in passing. Don't make it a daily routine that every conversation that you have, you drop hints that you like to do something with him once or twice, you know, because then you begin to bombard him. You begin to just fill his head with, I want to do this with you, and I'd like to do this with you. And he may not even want to do them with you because you're desperate. And that is not a good look. Nobody wants to be with a desperate woman. So, point number 4 here is sometimes you've done that. You've flirted, you have dropped all these hints, and you're being cute about it. You're not being pushy, you're not being desperate. He just doesn't get it. So if you're lucky enough that this very particular guy that you want him to ask you out happen to run in the same circles with you, or you guys have mutual friends that you hang out with all together like a group, like a clique, then this is the part where you do. Point number 4, you get your friends to help you. Now, how do they do this? Ladies, so you let your friend, the trusted ones, the ones that won't go snitching on you, know that you are into this guy and like him to ask you out. So when you guys are all hanging out together, when you are together and you're having your fun conversations and all that, you have these friends tease you like you guys are a couple. Oh, don't you guys look cute together doing that? Maybe you should go out sometime. You know, you guys look so cute together as a couple. You make a cute couple and all that, and they tease you about it. What they're actually helping you do is plant the idea of you two as a couple into the man's head, you know, into the gentleman's head, making him think that, oh, people see the two of you and they actually see like some sort of a love match or a relationship, like you guys would be good together, you know. And he also knows that you've already told him that you like to do certain things with him someday or sometime. So sometimes when these things happen, he has the idea that you guys look cute together and you like to go watch a movie with him. Maybe he should explore to see what could become of it, and then he might actually make the move. So get your friends to help you by dropping these hints, you know, teasing you guys, putting in these clues and all that. And then to my last point for this episode, point number 5, talk about the things you love to do. So your friends have helped you put these idea that you guys may be a cute couple into his head, you know, and you told him that you're open to exploring things with him sometime. You're open to going here with him sometimes. Now, when you're doing that, you're probably talking about the things that he loves to do. But sometimes when the gentlemen, they're thinking about asking you out, they don't really know what your interests are. So in this case, sometimes you talk about the things that you would love to do, or maybe you love to go to an arts center to go see some arts. Maybe you like to go to a musical. Maybe you like the movies. Actually, you talk about the things you like to do. And why do you do this? Because if he's actually thinking about asking you out, you're giving him venues, places, locations, or things. You're helping him make a plan what he can actually go out to do with you. So when you tell him all these things, when you do all these things, and finally he's ready to ask you out, he would actually be prepared with a plan. So if he's asking you out, he's asking you out to go do that thing that you actually want to do because you have told him that you love to do. So let's go over my tips again. So the first one is to flirt, but not too openly. The second one is to drop hints. And the third is, whilst you're doing this thing, don't try too hard because this person is not a good look. The fourth point is to get your friends to help you out, you know, by calling you guys a couple and all that. And the fifth point is to talk about the things that you would love to do so that when he's actually ready to ask you out, he knows what to ask you out or what to take you out to go do together. Thank you so much, young lady. I wish you all the best. I wish you were actually able to get him to ask you out, and I hope you have a first enjoyable date. Thank you for sticking with us.